Alright everybody, welcome to Imba TV where everything is imbalanced. I am MC Defs and with me is Fire Silver. We've got the Shattered Temple happening right now. GLSnute against Kare. It's going to be a ZVT here. And I know I'm stoked. I bet you guys out there can tell though.
We got two Norwegians here.
That's right, it is a civil war going on. Local grudge match, as Torre says. We do have Snute. We do have Snute spawning up, Newt spawning up at the top of Xel'Naga Caverns. I mean, not Xel'Naga Caverns. Okay, why don't one of you guys take it? Hold on. I just messed everything up right there. So why don't you go ahead and take it away, Fire?
Yeah, sure, man. Snute. Alright, so we have a Snute spawning on the left side, the 12 o'clock position as the red Zerg, and one of the observers lagging. We do have over on the, say, 2 o'clock position, we have Kare spawning as the yellow Terran once again. His meg play in the Protoss match was very, very good. We could see it again here. We do see the first scouting overlord going out to what looks like the cross positions. Another overlord going to the natural now. Both players getting drones, no sort of early cheeses going on here. Kare getting ready to wall off. His SCV kind of like dancing there at the first supply depot, ready to put down his barracks. The barracks does go down. Meanwhile, Snute keeps droning up. Interesting to see what kind of opening he will go for, and it looks like he is planning to go for a expansion with this drone. So a 13 hatch from Snute now. Not uncommon versus Terran. We do see the first scout coming out now from Kare. Probably wondering, because he hasn't seen the Overlord, if he's not spawned in close air, getting his first refinery down so he can start getting that early gas. And that barracks just about to finish up. Snute continuing getting drones. No spawning pool as of yet, or extractor. And just finishing up his expansion, about 50% complete now. His Overlord's still going. The SCV would just narrowly miss that. Overlord won't see it. We do see an orbital command being nerfed. The spawning pool now going down. I'm expecting to see a gas very, very soon from Snute. More drones coming out. And standard openers. The orbital command just finishing up here for Kare. And calling down his first mule. You see a Marine coming out as his second supply depot finishes up. Completing the wall off. And that first Marine going to make its way to the close air distance base. We see a drone coming out for Snute now on patrol, going to try and chase down that SCV going into the main base of Snute. His spawning pool just finishing up, pulling off 4 drones to go to the natural expansion. And keeping Marines spread around his base, ready to deny any sort of Overlord scouting. 2 Queens now being produced by Snute. And 2 Zerglings. So we do see the drones being transferred. Another Overlord coming out, more drones, still no gas. We do see Kare on the other hand getting a factory down now, rallied straight to the ramp of Kare's base, closing up now that Marine is back inside. More Marines coming out, the factory just finishing now, and he is going for a Hellion, not opting to build any add-ons on as of yet. Now getting a starport down as more mules are called down. We do see the first gas for Snute finishing up now at 31 supply, so very, very late, 5 minutes into the game. Kare's complaining about lag, so we might see some observers leave who aren't doing anything important. Meanwhile, a spine crawler going down for the early defense. As we see more drones, more Overlords being made, no more Zerglings. He's feeling very, very secure. Now he has that spine crawler. He does have these 2 Zerglings running up the ramp. They will see no add-on, the Marines and that Hellion. Meanwhile, the Overlord sneaking around the back of Kare's base, going to see what's being built. But there's 2 Marines there which will easily kill that Overlord off. We do see the starport is finished training a medevac as we see more Hellions going out. A Hellion now going into the base. The 2 Queens out of position there, but he won't take advantage of that. We're going to pull the Hellion back, spread some creeps some more. Having 3 Queens on the field, metabolic boost only just started as we have more Zerglings making their way out. You see one of my programs on my computer closing down. We do see the second gas for Snoot. A lot of Zerglings on the field. Somewhat overproduced, but they're not going to go to waste as we see this push coming up from Kare. Maybe some elevator play, yes we will. Loading up 7 Marines into that medevac. 8 with an SCV, sorry. And elevating them up onto the cliff edge as we do see Zerglings coming in. Now, probably going to pick up the Zealots? I mean, Hellions, and putting them down. Are going to snipe off that medevac, it does go down.
And let's see how much damage Kare can do with this. As these 4 queens continue to push forward, one of them goes down. Another one gets transfusion and will survive. And it actually gets down to 2 health, man. 2 health for that queen. It just barely survives. We do see some Zerglings popping out and moving across the map from Snoot right now. As he pushes into the natural expansion area of Kare. Kare is building his second command center, so we'll have that natural expansion soon. It's always good to host some Zerglings down there to make sure to find out when your opponent is going to expand. We are seeing that there is a siege tank tech on the way out, as well as an engineering bay and an armory. So we could see some Thors here.
Yeah, we could see Thors or some early upgrades coming out from Kare. We'll just have to wait and see. We do see Snoot going for his 3rd expansion on the mirrored natural. There is a Banshee on the field, though. It does not have cloak upgrade. The queens are out of position, though, managing to rack up 9 kills now. Not getting a 10th, and looks like it will make it out of there alive. More Marines sticking it about on patrol to deny any sort of Overlord scouting, but a lot of Zerglings at the natural for Snoot, and Snoot is morphing Banelings in. He's got 5 now, and that is just enough to bust down the wall for Kare. But you know, if one of them gets killed, he's not going to be able to knock down the wall entirely, so he may want to overmake them. He is going to get ready to send those in, though. The expansion is coming down. Oh, and all of those Banelings get taken out before doing any damage, so a wasted investment there. We do see the Zergling still hanging back and forcing Kare not to send out his orbital command until the rest of his army is down there to secure it. Meanwhile, Thor's coming out. No more air by the looks of it, only that 1 Banshee. And getting out more Hellions. That tank is going to snipe any sort of Zerglings running in. Paul rallied, shooting them 1 shot, killing them all, clearing out the Zerglings from his natural. And Snoot's getting the Spire and his 3rd up and running. Does want the gas very, very early. He does have 1,000 gas saved up, or 1,100 gas saved up, I should say. So he's ready to go straight into Mutalist production. He just needs more minerals at this point. Still insisting on getting drones, more queens, more overlords, and spreading the creep around so he gets good vision of the map. He knows what incoming attacks are on his way. And Kare just securing his natural, getting both gases. It's been very, very delayed by those Zerglings. And just getting ready, really. He has got more Hellions coming out. Infernal Pre-Igniter has not been researched, though. Siege Tech has been completed, though. Another Banshee now coming out. And he's playing it pretty safe at the moment. He does have the bunker there. He's just trying to establish this foothold on this 2nd expansion. But we see 13 Mutalisks making their way out. And, you know, Kare at this moment in time has to be careful about his army positioning. He doesn't want to get caught out and lose all of his SCVs. That's where that Thor will come in handy. But alone, it will die because it needs Marine support or some sort of missile turret support, else Magic Box will just destroy it, and that's a wasted investment, really. We do see Terran Vehicle Weapons level 1, another Thor being made, 2 more Hellions. Meanwhile, Zerg going with 14 more Zerglings. Baneling speed now only being researched, and +1 Zerg fire attacks for the Mutalisks. We see Evo chambers going down now. Where are those Evo chambers? Looks like he's opting to put them at the back of his main, so that will help against any sort of Hellion drops. Has a lot of creep chambers in the back of his base, though, to spot any incoming drops. We do see Mutalisks going in. Sorry I missed that. Sniping off and pulling all of those SCVs off. The Thor and the Viking, though, going to cause some damage. Try lagging a bit there, as we see those Mutalisks getting chased off. A big thank you to Tora for leaving there.
Yeah,
We do see the Banshee queuing up attack targets, getting 12 kills now. This might be the Banshee from earlier, actually. Racking up, will it get a 15th? Yes, 15th kills, just getting promoted to captain before the Banshee was killed.
Wow.
Looks like he won't get his paycheck.
Definitely looks that way. Now, we're seeing another expansion here from Snute as he does move these Zerglings and Mutalisks across the map, successfully containing Kare to 2 bases while he's going to be on 5, harvesting from 5, even with the high yield right now. So,
yep. What's interesting to note, though, is that Kare is playing a very, very heavy mech style. He's just going for Hellions, tanks, and Marauders, and it is extremely potent combination of units against Zerg, mainly because so many Zergs against Terran go Ling Bling Muta blindly, and it can really cause troubles. We do not see Infernal Pre-Ignited being researched still, and they still have the Orange Flame. Isn't doing as much damage as they could be. More factories finishing up and just pumping out more Hellions, more Thors, and some Vikings now. Infernal Pre-Igniter only just being researched now, so very, very late. More tech labs going down on those factories. Meanwhile, Zerg has double expanded now, getting his gold and his 5th. Not opting for this expansion at the back, which is surprising.
Which we may see soon. I mean, he's on 5 expansions compared to his opponent. He doesn't really need to expand too heavily right now. He's got quite a bit of production structures, and knowing that he moves in and tries to take out one of these Thors but does not do so, those Thors are upgraded +1 on their attack, with 0 on their armor. We are seeing the melee units with 0/0 right now for Snute, as well as the range units sitting at 0/0 upgrades. And other than that, Mutalisks are upgraded +1 on their on the flyer attacks. We do finally see the upgrades on the way down for the Carapace, as well as the ranged attack upgrade going down for Snute right now. And it looks like Kare's going to try to push out. He doesn't have too much, too much to be able to handle this 5-base Zerg play here.
Oh, it sucks. Kare did not have the upgrade for those Hellions. They could have roasted a lot more Zerglings, but he's still going to push out. Snute, on the other hand, does not have any upgrades for his Roaches. He only has the +1 Kara space, does not have the +1 attack.
Oh, and there is the blue flame. Just as that Roach goes down.
We do have Roach drops coming in from these Overlords, or maybe that was a misclick there by those Overlords. But those Roaches are going to push in.
Oh, and look at this. Overlords dropping some Roaches here on the right-hand side of the map. As they continue forward to take out that starport, we do see Kare continuing to push forth.
What's interesting about Mech versus Zerg is the fact that generally with Bio-Tank you really have to be careful with your micro as a Terran player. But it's the complete opposite when Terran goes Mech. It's the Zerg player who really needs to be careful with their micro. If you just aim with all those Roaches, they will just die. You really need to find the weak spot when they're moving their tanks. But I mean, with 6 Thors on the field, 5 tanks supporting them, and all these Hellions, it's a really hard thing to beat. He is just steamrolling all of the bases for Snute at this point. And it looks like he is going to counterattack now and just do as much damage as he can, and take out the natural expansion.
This kind of a base trade here, as Kare's buildings are on fire and in the sky.
It's not a bad move, but Kare now is at a disadvantage. He is at 77 food and his supply capped, and Snute is actually maxed at the moment. So this could prove really bad. If he maxes out on Roaches now, he will surely win this fight. But he still has to be careful about losing all of these bases. He will be losing a lot of larvae because of that, and he is now